Welcome to Season 4 of Soccer Over Gotham, an NWSL podcast covering New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC, hosted by Ruby Pinto and produced by Gary Gibson. Welcome to episode 104 of Soccer Over Gotham, Undefeated May edition. We have a great show for all of you. Gary, what do we have in this episode?
We got only good vibes on this episode. Gotham completes an undefeated month of May by getting 3 points from their first ever meeting against expansion side BAY FC. And in the news segment, we have Bride Raiser updates, we have an engagement announcement, and how we're going to watch these Liga MX Femenil Summer Cup games. This is going to be an episode in 3 parts. We're going to do a deep dive on the turnaround from a winless April to an undefeated May. There's a lot to discuss, including who Gotham fans voted as the hero of the month of May. Part 2 is question, is Gotham the same high-pressing machine they were in 2023, or have they evolved into something different? Perhaps something even scarier. We will break down this 2-0 road result against BAY FC and try to figure out their identity of Gotham FC in 2024. And then the third part, we will look forward to the break and compare and contrast where Gotham is in the table compared to last season and see if Gotham is ready for these midseason madness. We got no guests this week. I was scheduled to interview Jenna Neiswanger on Thursday, but that freak storm knocked out my internet. So in due time, we ain't going anywhere. So we will get her on eventually. But first, Ruby, how are you?
Oh man, that's a bummer about the internet. But
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have Jenna soon enough. But I'm doing good. Memorial weekend just passed. Well, it's Thursday. It's a little late, but for me, it just passed. It feels like it. I did a little shopping. I went to Woodbury Outlet Mall in upstate New York. I was like, you know what? Let me get a couple of things. And then I was like, crap, I need to lose some weight. So, but other than that, I had a lot of fun, walked a lot, and I think I did something different. I usually don't go shopping, so I thought that was cool. How was your weekend, or how have you been?
I've been good. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to the winner of the first leg of the 2024 edition of Friends of Soccer Over Gotham Cup. This is Morris Elite and Paisley Athletic in the USLW League.
Ooh.
Both have been on the show before. And the first one was won by Morris Elite 9-1 in Kearney. So
Wow.
the second leg is at Drew University on this Saturday, June 1st at 6:30 p.m. So good luck to both of them.
Yeah, good luck to them. They're doing great, especially Moore's Elite. They're just killing it out there.
And we have like something I've been talking about forever on this podcast, and in general, that the amount of opportunities that professional women soccer players have in the country, and it's growing and growing. So first, the Super League is about to start. It's going to be soon. They're building their rosters, which is exciting. And now we got an announcement that there's the Northern Super League. It's going to be in Canada starting 2025. So the level of opportunity is rising, and both the U.S. women's national team and Canadian women's national team are going to benefit, and they're going to rise from all this.
Yeah, this is awesome news. Seeing another league coming up here in North America. It's great. And like you said, it just gives more opportunity to many players out there that want a chance, need a chance, or go undrafted to show their skills. So I think it's great that this is happening, and this will just keep growing the women's game.
We talked to Victoria Pickett last season, and it was a question I asked her about, like, how did you know that you wanted to be a professional soccer player when there's no real professional soccer in Canada? And like they all have to come over here, and it's quite impressive that they've built the national team that they have without a local or
Yeah.
national professional league. So this is going to be huge for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of Canadians that have to play, of course, outside of Canada because there's not a league there. So that will bring, honestly, that's going to be competition for the US.
So let's get some news. If you have not followed your local supporter group, Cloud9, you should do so. Cloud9 Goth everywhere on all the social medias. This month is going to be Pride Month, which means Pride Raiser is live. That's exciting. We donate to it every year. It will be benefiting the Ali Forney Center. The Ali Forney Center's mission is to protect LGBTQ youths from the harms of homelessness and empower them with the tools needed to live independently.
That's awesome. They always do it every year, different cause every year, but same as it goes to LGBT, the community out there. But no pressure on Gotham now. They have to start scoring.
Yes, they do. Homeless LGBTQIA youth, plus youth, are more susceptible to exploitation, violence, and mental health issues due to their marginalized status. And according to the Trevor Project, 28% of LGBTQ youth reported experiencing homelessness or housing instability at some point in their lives. And those that had 4 times the odds of reporting depression, anxiety, self harm, considering suicide, and attempting suicide compared to those with stable housing. So that's important. And I'm glad that they are doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome they're doing this fundraiser. Let's go out there and support.
Yeah. We donated to them last year. We're going to donate to them again. And these organizations, they provide essential services like job training, educational resources, and mental health counseling. And this helps the youth leave homelessness behind and just build a fulfilling life. So it's 100%. We're behind it. Let's go. Everybody jump on it and donate if you can. To the podcast, we have another review, another fun review. And this one, congrats on a good niche, not so niche, or maybe a little niche pod. So, hello, I started listening to your pod at the beginning of this season, relatively new to following the NWSL. I learned a lot thanks to your coverage. I like listening to your recaps after watching a Gotham game to see if I'm getting better at reading the game. Also, love the interviews. And maybe Sonnet Dunn Lavelle next. Keep up the good work. Go Baddies, a listener from France.
Ooh, it would be really nice to have done. That would be
It
awesome.
would.
Yeah, I think she'll be a fun interview. But by the way, hello, France. There you go, Camille. Thank you for listening to us. Seriously, I never thought we would reach France. So, hello from the US.
Yeah, that's awesome. Team news, real quick team news, and just a real quick congrats to Anne-Catherine Berger on getting engaged to Jess Carter over the past week. She put out a post on social media saying best trophy so far.
That was really, really sweet. And the pictures were really nice. This morning, I saw an interview. They interviewed Jess Carter about her engagement. And she said that they got engaged actually in April, but they had not the chance to take some pictures about the engagement. Plus, that's when Berger was moving to Gotham, so around that time it was a little chaotic for them. But now she got to come to New York, and they decided to go and take some pictures by the Statue of Liberty. That was
That's
cool.
awesome. Carter is an excellent player. If we didn't have so many center backs, I'd say bring her over.
Yes.
All right, team news. Bruninha gets called up to the Brazil for the international duty. She's going to be attending games on June 1st and June 4th with the Brazil national team against Jamaica. Excited for her.
Yeah, I'm so happy for Bruninha because she's been working so hard. And I believe she deserves this. And we talked about this not too long ago, how she's been performing really, really well, but she had not gotten a call up last time. So we were kind of like, what's going on here? Are they crazy? But everything's back to normal. She is going to this international break with Brazil, which is really cool. Now we'll see if she makes the Olympic roster.
Yeah, it's about darn time. She's been having a pretty good start to the season. Now we know that we have some competition for her spot. So if she is away, we have Macy Bell, who's been showing off a bit, which we'll talk about later. But Brunina is definitely talented enough to make the Brazil squad, and I just hope that she shows off and makes the Olympics. On to how are we going to watch these games in the summer, the Summer Cup, Liga MX Femenil against NWSL. We now know that these games will be shown on CBS Sports Network, boo, Paramount Plus, yay, and
Yay.
Golazo Network. All right. And then the Spanish language broadcast is going to be on NWSL Plus and TUDN, which is going to be good.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we have Paramount back because all games before were on Paramount. So you had to just get yourself on Paramount Plus and you're gonna find the game. Now
Mhm.
it's a little you gotta go to Prime, you gotta go to Ion, you gotta go here, there, everywhere. So I'm kind of glad they're doing this tournament in one platform.
The games that we know so far are Saturday, July 20th at the Chicago Red Stars at SeatGeek Stadium. It's going to be 5 p.m., and that will be on CBS Sports Network Paramount Plus and also NWSL Plus for the Spanish. Sunday, July 28th, we got a quote, I guess air quotes, home game against the Washington Spirit at Subaru Park in Philadelphia, 6 p.m. Also Paramount Plus, CBS Sports Golazo Network, and NWSL Plus. Then on Friday, August 2nd, we come back to Red Bull Arena against Chivas at 8 p.m. CBS Sports Network, Paramount Plus, and TUDN for the Spanish language network. Now, Ruby, this is fun. The semifinals are actually going to be on the same day. It's weird. It's a Tuesday, August 6th, but on the same day at the same place, which is going to be fun because people might be able to watch two games in the same day, which is cool. And it will
Yeah, that
be
is really
at
cool.
KC Stadium at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. And if we make it to the semifinals.
That is really cool. So whoever can go to those games, it will be amazing. You'll get to watch two games, two awesome teams. Of course, they're going to be semifinals, and then the final October 25th. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you win your semifinal on August 6th, and then you got to wait till October 25th to play in the finals at Toyota Field, and that is in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, I didn't realize the big break there. But what was the other one that the finals like the following year?
Oh yeah. That's the Concacaf.
The CONCACAF club tournament that they're coming up with. Like the final is like the following year. I was like, that's so weird. Anyway.
Yeah. So let's talk about this turnaround from April to May, starting with the fan vote, Hero of the Month. Stevens, 47%. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? 16% for Sonic, 28% for Burger, and only 8% for Nicewanger. Do you agree with the Stevens as the player of the month?
Of course, that's not a doubt. She has been the hero for Gotham this month, scoring 4 goals for Gotham this month, giving them most of those goals were winning goals. So I think, yeah, she really deserves the being the player of the month or the hero of the month.
As I always say, no one listens to me. And last week, I said that I thought Nicewanger was my front runner so far of the player of the month. And I said, don't worry about it. I'm not going to influence anybody because no one listens to me. And proved true, 8% Nicewanger. I had Nicewanger going into this week, but it has to be Stevens. Again, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So it is her. Now let's talk about let's break it down into parts. Now, first, we should start with Sonnet and Hyatt. And Ruby, this is a question that I've asked the fans, and it was if everybody is healthy, who is their preferred center back pairing? And they chose Lopez and Davidson 45%, Sonnet and Hyatt only 25%. A combo of the two, which seemed like everyone seemed interested in a combination of
Mhm.
Sonnet and Davidson. And then the last one, 16.8%, was I don't know, I don't care, any of them. So your thoughts?
I mean, they're all really great and they all bring different things to the defensive line. But I would really like to see Sonnet and Davidson here. Like, why not? I feel like they will complement each other really well. Then during international break, because most likely they'll both be gone, I think I would like to see, or we're probably going to see Maitane and Hyatt.
Now, going on to the defensive back pairing, I am one of those at the 16.8%. I don't care. I think any combination of these four is
Hmm.
going to be good. And I'm with you on, I think Sonnet and Davidson would be a fantastic pairing. That'd be very veteran heavy pairing. And then I do think Hyatt and Lopez would be a good pairing as well. They both fit, together too. I'm up for any of them.
Yeah, I think Maitane and Davidson have a little bit of the same style, and so do Sonnet and the Sonnet and Hyatt. They have a little bit of the same style, so that's why I chose like one and one.
Let's also talk about another reason why we had such a turnaround, and we got Burger. So, what are your thoughts on Burger over this past month?
I think she brought the level up to like the goalkeeper position for Gotham. She's been really great. I mean, fortunately, we've been accustomed to having great keepers. We had Sheridan, we had Didi, we had Hot, we had Smith. Unfortunately, injured right now, Miller. But Berger came, and I think she's totally different for what we've seen on goalkeeping with Gotham. She is so calm, she is so confident. She like eludes she's just so comfortable out there. It's something different that she brings to Gotham. And I think that she's been doing really, really well with Gotham. And I don't know, during international break, if she goes, I'm not saying that Casey Miller or Betos are not good enough, but I feel like Berger is in another level.
Yeah, when we got Berger, admittedly, I said I'm okay with Cassie the rest of the season. I have no issues. But obviously, Gotham subscribes to that old saying: "If it ain't broke, fix it anyway." I think we're
Right.
trying to win a championship here. Bella Bixby was the only keeper to concede fewer goals in her first 6 regular season starts. Anne Katrine has only gave up 3 goals so far, which is pretty awesome. 3 shutouts in 6 starts. She's the top keeper in save percentage and 98th percentage in long balls. Honestly, it's what a get. Just again, as you said, to raise the level of the team. And yeah, I'm glad that Gotham is just going out and just improving things, even if they don't need to.
Sure.
Now let's talk about the left side of this squad, which is Nicewanger and Williams. Both of them are complete stat machines. What do you think, Ruby, this month?
Oh my God, we can't not talk enough about Lynn Williams and Jenna Nicewanger. They putting out their incredible performances. Lynn Williams here breaking records. She scored also Gotham's 300th goal. She's top goal scorer of the NWSL. She's done amazing. And then we have here Jenna Nicewanger also like putting in the work in every game. So glad she got a little bit of break, but we need to have her as much as we can because she's been key for Gotham. She's been doing all these assists. She's been like doing the corners and the free kicks, and her precision is pretty incredible. It's really hard to like kick a ball and make it go where you actually want it to go. Sometimes you'll go close, sometimes you'll go far, but when she kicks the ball, her precision is it's pretty good, and I think that's one of the successes that she's had with Gotham, and like she's been part of all those goals that had happened for example for Ella, for Lynn, even like kicking balls to like Esther. She's been incredible.
Yeah, you're right. I think both of them are complete players. They're both offensive and defensive players, two-way players, and it shows. They're a perfect pairing. If you look at their stats this month, it's just been incredible. Lynn had 21 recoveries as a forward, and Jenna had 34 recoveries as a defender. And Lynn won 79% of her tackles. Jenna won 71% of her tackles. Lynn had 18 shots and 3 goals, and Jenna created 10 chances and had 48 passes into the final third. Lynn averaged 55 touches, which is a lot for a forward. And then
Mhm.
Jenna averaged almost 80, which is a lot for anybody. And both of them are rated 8 or higher on FOTMob. Just their stats are just through the roof, and we're lucky to have them. The question is, Ruby, who is our left side if these two aren't here?
Oof, that's a good one. So, wow. I hopefully when they're not here, O'Hara is better.
There
I
you
think
go.
O'Hara will be a good replacement for Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
for Lynn, who can we put in? Bull Stengel, if Stengel's better. But
Yeah.
we have injured players out there.
I think I'm with you on that. I think O'Hara should be back soon, and yeah, Stengel will be good up there up top too. That's a good pairing. They don't quite give you the two-way play of both of them, but
Yeah.
it's good enough, certainly for me. Let's talk about this game. And so Gotham has one more game before the international break, and we're looking to complete an undefeated month of May. Last time out, Ella Stevens stole the show. Let's see if she can do it again. She got a late winner against her former club. And then this Bay FC team is a team that, like, if I was building an expansion team, I would probably build the same way that they did. I would go with, talent that on the defensive side that know the game and they know the NWSL, they know the league, and that they're solid. So you got Caprice Didasco in there as well. And then I would spend money on getting an attack, and they certainly did that. But they started strong. They were scoring goals. They were still giving up goals. But now it seems like the goals are going away and they're still giving up goals. So that is an interesting turn of events for them. Now, onto the injury list. This is the same as last week. The only things that are really, really interesting are we're still 9 deep. It's just too much. But
Mhm.
Davidson and Lopez were off completely, which was good. Any thoughts on the injury list?
It's still pretty long. Honestly, I thought by now we would have Edmonds and O'Hara back, but it looks like their injuries are pretty bad if they're not back yet. Again, we wish we knew the status of these players. We don't know anything. Hopefully we'll get news that they'll be good to go. At least one of them good to go for the next game.
Obviously, excused absence could be anything, but we have a ridiculously solid roster, and if you're not going to travel, not to play, so I think Edmonds and Fairley probably just wanted to stay home. That's my guess on their excused absence. They want to travel all the way
Mm.
to San Jose, but that's just me speculating. As far as the formation goes, though, this is Stevens gets back in the starting lineup, which is great. Then we have Roosevelt back in the starting 11 as well. So we got Stevens, Gonzalez, and Ryan across the top, Sheehan, Martin, and Lavelle across the middle, and Nicewanger, Hyatt, Sonnet, and Bell on the right side, and Berger back in goal. Any thoughts on this lineup, Ruby?
And first, let me mention that Neely Martin was the captain for this game, which I
Yes.
think it's really awesome. It's really incredible to see her the captain's armband, and she was out there doing her thing. I would be watching her, and she was directing the back line, doing captain things, and I really like seeing that in the game. Even though like we're missing a lot of players due to injury right now, like Stango, O'Hara, Edmonds, all the ones we just talked about. I feel like it's still a solid team and it is still a solid starting 11. And I love here how Ambrose is like rotating people into the roster, into the starting 11.
Yeah, the mad scientist strikes again. He's Last season he would just rotate one player in a game, at least one player in a game, in or out of the lineup, and we didn't have a starting 11 set until the playoff time. And I think the least surprising one is Stevens back in the 11. The most surprising is Bell in for the second week in a row, and the coaching staff must really trust her. I mean, your first two starts, you're a center back, you're a rookie. Your first two starts are at right back, and you're going against Swanson and Kudananji. that's that's a pretty big ask from a rookie. And yeah, we'll talk about her, but
Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty
Bell
crazy.
gets another start. And this one here, like against Bay FC, I did expect. But the last game against Chicago Red Stars, I didn't really expect. So, like you said, I'm so glad that the coaching staff has so much faith in her and they trust her and they're giving her these minutes because this is really going to help when international break comes, when the Olympics come. We're going to need Bell like having some experience out playing in the field.
Yeah, and when Williams gets the rest, which is I think is good, even though she wasn't going to make the friendlies this week, but
Yeah.
fine with that. And then Ruby, There are three players that have started in every single game so far this season. All 10 of them. Who are they?
Oh my God, here we go again. I'm going to go again with Sheehan.
Hmm.
It's one. It's Sonnet and Nicewanger.
Nope, Nicewanger is not one.
Okay, Sonnet and is it Martin?
Nope,
No, Esther.
you got it.
All right. I was gonna
Sonnet,
say
Sheehan,
Ryan,
and
but I was
Esther.
like, not Ryan.
Yeah. So I wonder who's going to be the last woman standing as far as that. Probably Sheehan. Probably.
Yeah.
So there are two main talking points coming out of the first half of this game. And first is the tactics, then there's the goals. So as far as the tactics are concerned, so Gotham is sitting in a low block. It isn't really pressing here. In fact, they're essentially set up in like a 4-4-2, which we're used to our a 4-3-3, with Esther and Stevens as an attacking pair. And at times, Nicewanger is high in the central attacking midfield, overloading whatever side that she wants, and leaves a three person back line for if Martin is dropping. But I'm curious what you think of this new look Gotham.
I think that's why Nicewanger has been so involved in all these goals because she's
Mhm.
higher up the field. And I think Gotham looks confident on the field. I think this style of play gives the players freedom and they can get creative. It also makes the players be more aware of their surroundings. And I think it just makes it fun for everyone.
Yeah, it's a very South American kind of style as far as Coach Amoros's setup, where
Hmm.
players are essentially, I mean, you're in position, but you're free to roam as long as you're not like too many players in particular lines of the field. They're able to find their own space, and when the other team has that problem getting forward, you can roll Nicewanger up, you can roll her inside if there's, as long as she's not like taking up anybody else's spot on the field,
Hmm.
find that space, which is it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this pragmatic Gotham. I mean, we got the best defense in the league and the best keeper in the league, so might as well have fun with it. I mean, Gotham can beat you multiple ways now. They are holding less possession this season than last season. I think Gotham was the second highest last season underneath the Courage, which is pretty good. And this year we're dropping a little bit, but I think we're doing a lot more with the ball than just holding it. There's that. But let's talk about these goals, Ruby. First, Gotham still presses when it is advantageous. Gotham starts building momentum around, say, minute 30. Rose, being Rose, drives into three defenders and just finds a way to hit the ball off the post. And that ball hitting the post, like that sound, you heard that through not only the broadcast, I'm sure the whole stadium heard that. She hit that thing hard.
Yeah, she
Uh,
did.
yeah. And then, first, good on Delaney Sheehan. She recognized that Bay FC was sleeping and they were not set defensively and played a quick ball on the restart to Esther, who puts the ball across and gets her second assist in 2 matches to Stevens, centrally just crashing the net, fooled everybody, including the broadcast, where they were still showing the replay on the screen. Then all you hear in the background is, it's a goal. I'm like, wait, what happened? What's going
I
on?
know.
Show it to me. But crazy, Ruby. What are your thoughts on this first goal?
Oh my god. First of all, yeah, when Rose hits the post, that sound. You know what that sound was? That was the sound of my heart breaking that goal didn't go in.
Yeah, what a
For real.
shot.
I was like, how did that not go in? But I think I've been saying this for the past 3 games. How did that not go in? It was so crazy. And yeah, another funny thing is like, yeah, when they were like screaming, it's a goal. And I was like, wait, when did I blink and I missed it? Like what happened? Like I thought like I pressed something on the control and like yeah, it was a little crazy.
But yeah, what an easy goal for Stevens. Just tap it in the back of the net. Well done all around. And then there's the second goal, and that is when playing out of the back goes wrong. Bay is all out of sorts here, and Bodie passes back to Roland, and who pulls a Sheridan? But she ain't Sheridan. So she holds on to too long. Ella just picks her pocket and walks it over the line. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Just wow, Ruby. Ella is just a magnet at this point.
Oof. I know. And that's the thing when you're like paying attention, when you're like just running after those balls, be first to the ball. That I remember coach would tell me that all the time. Be the first to the ball, be the first, doesn't matter. Yeah. So, yeah, that second goal when she after she scored, she just went like that was like you said, that was too easy. Like we're in their Ella era now.
Yeah.
She's been doing amazing and I don't know what else to say about her. And I keep saying it. She's gonna keep surprising us. She's been really good, but I'm afraid. I'm a little afraid that now that our people are hearing about how good Ella is, they're gonna start marking her. They're gonna like you're gonna see like 2, 3 players on her because she's doing so great.
Yeah, frees up other players is what it
That's
is.
true.
The funny part about this goal is after Ella strips her, like Roland just stands there with her hands on her hips, just in disbelief. Like it has like that same energy as like that guy in the GIF with like the flannel shirt, just hands on his hips, just
Yeah.
staring into space. That's exactly what it looked like. But I'll say it again. I mean, tremendous job by Gotham Scouting. They went after her because she knew she fit. She's built for the system. She got a nonstop motor. Ella is a one woman pressing machine. She looks like a national teamer. Not before the Olympics, probably, but on this trajectory, I mean, maybe by January camp, we'll see her in with the national team. She looks the part, so she'll have plenty of time to make her case. And now she's the team leader in goals, Ruby. And
Yeah.
nobody has ever led a Lynn Williams team in scoring other than Lynn Williams. Going back to that poll we had earlier, we was like Esther or Lynn, who's going to lead this team? It might be Ella. Who knows?
Yeah. We don't even know at this point. I was saying that Esther was gonna like lead in goals for Gotham this season, but it's not looking that way anymore. I think maybe Ella will be that
Yeah.
hero for Gotham this year.
Yeah, I'm never going to bet against Lynn, so I still got Lynn, but we'll see. So the two goals, Ruby, and the first half, which is pretty crazy. Our first 2 goal game, and now our first 2 goal game in one half. So they are lethal when they need to be, locked down when they need to be. Gotham was already hard to beat, so we start scoring goals, and this is a team that can beat anybody. I mean, Gotham didn't allow a shot on target in the first half. Against 6 shots, not too bad.
Not bad at all. We've been seeing the improvement on the team game after game, and they're going the right direction. Hopefully, they don't plateau with, again, these international breaks that are coming, these new tournaments that, we're getting, like the Summer Cup, the CONCACAF, everything that is happening. Hopefully, that does not affect them as a club for the regular NWSL season.
Yeah, we're going to rely on our depth this season. And speaking of our depth, I mean, this was a really good half for Bell. I mean, you rarely heard Kudanaj's
Yeah.
name at all. I mean, she has enough pace to cover speedy wingers and obviously a physical presence. She was all over her, and she has a bit of that like Estelle Johnson slide tackling ability. I just think she did really well. I mean, going forward remains to be seen, but if you need to make an attacker disappear, then she's the one.
Yeah, she did a great job. Sonnet also had a great game.
Hmm.
She had some great saves right at the end. I think we have a great team here.
Yeah. There's not much in the second half other than an Anne Katrine Berger masterclass of big saves and time management. I think Tess Bodie gets through on the intervention of Berger is perfectly timed. She goes down a couple of times for gamesmanship and just to stop their momentum. One time they get a player carded. She's just in full control of the game, and then Gotham bunkers in just to see this one out in the second week in a row where Davidson and Maitani come in to get minutes, and Gotham gets it over the line. The shutout and complete a perfect month of May as far as not being undefeated. We're starting to climb the table, Ruby. This is good.
Heck yeah, you manifested that.
Hmm. Hmm. That's right. I did manifest shutout. What did you manifest?
I said 3 goals, but I got 2, so that's better than 1.
Okay. All right. So I feel pretty good about that, and let's we get to the break now. Now, Ruby, in April we had 3 matches, only 3 matches, and 2 of those were at home. We went 0-2-1. We only scored 2 goals. We gave up 4, 0 shutouts, and only 4 big chances created. Fast forward to May, we had 5 matches, only 2 at home. And away games are all West Coast, which is tough. East Coast, best coast. And then 4, 0-1, 7 goals scored, 2 given up. And one of those goals, I'll say it again, was off the back of a player's head, which is pretty crazy. 3 shutouts, and then 13 big chances created from 4. So progress.
That is progress, and I cannot wait to see June for this team, how much more they're gonna keep improving. I feel like Gotham, they're there, like, like nobody's really paying much attention to Gotham. Everybody's looking at Orlando. I mean, why not? They've been doing incredible. Also, KC, everyone's eyes are on KC and Orlando. And I feel Gotham slowly climbing up the standings, and who knows, like maybe they can make their way through the top 3.
They can. I think if they win their game in hand, they'll be up to like 5 or 5th or 4th, something like that. Ruby, though, Sonnet has been, as you mentioned earlier, excellent. I think what is so impressive about Sonnet is that she's improving. She's a veteran of the game, but I still think she's getting better each time she gets out there. And I think this game showcased her 1v1 defending. Now you're not going to stop Bay's forwards from getting by you, but she did the same thing that like Krieger did last season. That even if you got by me, like she's just so good at getting her body between the ball and the attacker and just slowing them down, just to get another player to take the ball away, and just was just awesome. And she did so without drawing a foul. This is 5 games for Sonnet without a yellow card, and that's not something I think I'd ever see.
Yeah, I love how she does that. And then like she fouls the player and sometimes she gets up like, "What? I didn't do anything. Like it wasn't my fault." Then she gets a yellow card. Yes, it was your fault. But I love that she does that, you know? Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
Yeah, she does. Final thoughts. I got defense. I mean, you can't lose. Your opponent can't score. Admittedly, there were points in this match where if Bay would have scored, I would have felt they deserved it. But Gotham, when they're in full press mode, is smothering and it's hard to get chances. But when Gotham sits in a low block and absorbs, they are also hard to break down. And Katrina in the mix. I mean, you get behind Gotham's line, you're gonna have to deal with her. So defense is awesome.
Yeah, incredible defense from Gotham. And again, we are the team that has not let a lot of goals go in. So that's really good for us. I think defense is really good and is going to help us keep improving more. And I think now what Gotham needs to take care of is making goals. And now we have Ella just making those goals for us, which is really, really good.
Defense. Post game quotes. I'm going to do something different on this episode. So instead of post game quotes, since May was Mental Health Awareness Month, I asked pregame both Tierna Davidson and Coach Amros how they balance the stresses and pressures of being either a player and a coach. And I'm going to put them in the post credit scene. There's some really thoughtful answers, and I hope you like them. We're going to do more of that. I was thinking about this. So I need to, one, attend more of these press conferences. 2, I need to take more of their quotes and put them into the show. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, not a lot of people get to know what is said in these press conferences, so I think it'll be cool for people to like know.
So, what are your stats of the game?
My stat of the game is shots. So 6 shots total for Gotham. 4 were on target, 1 was off target, and 1 was blocked. What about you?
That's pretty efficient. I like it. And my stat is 0. No offsides, no goals given up, no big chances missed, or yellow cards. Whole game,
Ooh,
no yellow cards. Very
nice.
good. Yes. Our hero of the game, fans thought Stevens at 61% was the hero of the match. And then Sonnet, Nicewalger, and Esther, a distant 3rd, 4th, and 2nd. Ruth, your thoughts?
I mean, I can't argue with this. I mean, those 2 goals in 2 minutes by Ella, that was amazing. Plus she get to like take the ball away from the keeper and just make that goal. Even better. So I think yeah, she deserves being the hero of the week of the game.
Yeah, that was game, set, and match. I wrote game over in my notebook after the second goal, and so obviously you can't underestimate how good Sonnet was in this game. We talked about it a bunch of times, but
Yeah.
only because the goals were so goal starved that Ella put them in the back of the net, ever so slightly to Ella. But I think Sonnet deserves a little bit more credit than just 30%. Now we have a break, and during this break, we have the Gotham national team taking on South Korea, and that's going to be on June 1st at 5 p.m. and Tuesday, June 4th at 8 p.m. Your thoughts going into these 2 matchups?
The Gotham national team. I saw that. But yeah, again, I'm really interested to see these games because again, Ella Hayes just took over the U.S. women's national team. So we're going to see how they do against Korea, which is a great team, and her being a full-time coach. I know they're gonna win, but I want to see what has changed in the US from the Blotko Twilight era and now the new Emma Hayes era.
That's the most interesting thing is how they're going to set up, how the tactics they're going to use, and how these players are going to be utilized. Both games will be on TNT networks, boo, but we should be able to watch the Spanish broadcast on Peacock. So yay to that. Now,
Peacock
when
for
it
the
comes
win.
yes, Peacock always for the win. I always spend the first 45 minutes of these games yelling, pass it to Jenna. She's open. Why are you not passing it to Jenna? And then I always spend the second half going, why is Jenna still playing? Get her out of there. If you hurt her,
we need to have we're going to put a timer on Jenna. So when the timer goes off, they need to take her out and bubble wrap her so she doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, no injuries. No injuries. I can't take it. But anyway, let's go Gotham national team. On to the standings. Orlando Pride is running roughshod here. They have 27 points already. They are 4 points from qualifying for last year's playoffs, which is crazy. And the KC Current are right behind them at 25. Both teams have not lost this season in 10 games, which is pretty crazy. Then we got a really tough top of the table there with Washington Spirit, Portland Thorns, and us behind them. Then below us, there's a mix of Chicago, North Carolina, and Racing fighting for those last couple spots. Also, San Diego and the Houston Dash performing better than expected at 12 points. Bottom of the table is the bottom of the table. Angel City, Bay FC, Seattle, and Utah. Now, our next opponent will be Angel City at the bottom of the table, but they play tougher than the bottom of the table. Gotham is 4 wins and a draw away from matching last season's total points, and we still have 16 games to go. So pretty good start to the season, I'd say, Ruby.
Oof, 16 games. Yeah, I mean, we still got 16 games. That's still a lot of games. And it feels like they already played a lot of games. But as the league keeps growing, also the games within the season, they're more now. Next year, we also have 2 more expansion teams. So more games for the girls. Tough, but hey, I love to see the league grow and I love to see the competition. And one year you could be at the bottom of the table, next year you're on the top of the table, like we're seeing here with KC Current.
Yeah, I'm happy at any point to being above the line. As we always say, the hardest part is making the playoffs. Only one team wins the Shield, so just getting over the playoff line is important. Food for thought, though. Gotham was 6-2-2 at this point last season. Gotham started pretty hot last season. It was 4 wins out of their first 5. Then after 10, Gotham went through a bit of a rough patch. 1 win in their next 5. That's also when the national teamers stayed away, started away from the team. And then we got saved by Stengel last season. Now we're 5-3-2 at the moment. The team is starting to get healthy, starting to gel. We have 2 weeks to get players back and healthy. My assumption is O'Hara, Edmonds, Fairley, and Stengel should be back. And this is also the time frame where McCall should be ready to return. So we should have a good boost of players coming back. And former guest of the show, Dan Laletta, put in his team-by-team grades article, quote, there is a feeling around this league that the time to get Gotham has passed, and they are an improving club ready to run roughshod over the league. And I concur. I say let's go.
Yeah, and with the Olympics around the corner, it only makes me wonder if the team will have another rough patch like last year.
Well, I think we're way better set up this year. And I don't think, because we have Ellis Stevens scoring goals that we don't have to go out and find somebody like Stengel to come in and save us. I think we have all the tools we need right here. And yeah, so we get a break. Then we will welcome back Once Gotham, Becky Tweed, and the enigma that is Angel City. This is going to be Pride night, Pride afternoon, I guess, right? It's like 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, last season's Angel City went on like a magical run to the playoffs after firing #Once Gotham for Aim Coombe and then upgrading to Becky Tweed to interim. But being honest, they rested on their laurels. They waited too long to give Becky the job. And then, just my opinion, I think they simply just did not improve in the offseason, and everybody else did. They still have some talents, but for marketing FC, celebrity owners building a quote world-class brand, I think we all expect a little bit more from them. And I just don't think they're giving Becky the tools she needs to compete right now. Your thoughts, Ruby?
Sadly, I do agree with you because, yeah, like you said, they are focused on other things and not giving Becky the support that she needs at the moment. Last year, she turned around the team and she gave him the confidence. I don't know what's going on this year, but I kind of feel like the announcement of them saying that they were Angel City said that they were exploring the possibility of selling the club probably made the environment a little uneasy. Angel City is valued at $180 million right now. And then we also have San Diego Wave valued at 113 million, which are the two teams that we're looking to possibly sell. And look where Angel City is now, and look where San Diego Wave is now. Right now, they're in the ninth position, so they're not above the line to make it to the playoffs right now. If they had to go to the playoffs, San Diego Wave would not be there. So I see how this is probably affecting the team. Let's remember when Gotham did their whole rebrand and all of that. They also kind of hit a rough patch there, but we'll see what happens. Now Gotham is positioned in a better place. I think they have a great culture. A lot of players want to come and play here. They all get along together. I think Gotham is doing really well, and I think that's why there's so much chemistry on the field with all the players right now. So I think Gotham is going to win this game.
Yeah, it all depends on what this roster is going to look like. I mean, we got 2 more weeks to get healthy. The national teamers, are they going to be back and ready? Who knows? Right now, I have no clue what this roster is going to look like. But either way, I think this is a game Gotham should win. Good teams win the games they're supposed to, especially at home. I think this is one of them. And there's,
Yeah.
I believe, Jenna said in the pregame that they opened up the upper bowl for this one, so it's going to be a loud, raucous crowd. So let's go. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and it's also going to be Pride Night, so
Yeah.
it's going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm. Special, always a special night, afternoon. What do we manifest this week?
So I'm going to say a win at home for Pride Night and another Stevens goal.
There you go. This over this next 2 weeks, I just want health. I want at least 4 players off that injury list next time we see it.
Yes. We really need to see like some sign of improvement here. Like, hey, tell us something. What's going on? Do we have like a timeline when maybe we should see them back?
Yeah, we're gonna start a new segment for this podcast called "We Have No Updates at This Time." It's where we ask a team about any injured player, and then they tell us that we have no updates. Always fun. Any random thoughts before we go?
I did not have any random thoughts this week. Do you have any?
I do. Just one quick one. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show before, but I always believe that the Olympics should be a U23 tournament, especially now when there's enough talent to do both. I mean, obviously we love watching all the veterans play, but
yeah,
I think it's a good way to keep the youth players up to speed, especially for the next cycle of the World Cup. That's just my thoughts.
Wait, so you want to have a U23 and a veteran, like a senior team, or just
there's a U23 team already. There's a women's national team, youth U23 team.
Yeah,
I think the tournament should be for U23 players and below.
That's an interesting take.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else would be like, no, I want my medal.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Olympics should be. And then, we all love the super teams like LeBron and Kobe playing for the U.S., but I'd still prefer, a younger squad. So that's it. So we are ready for this break. Are you ready, Ruby?
I am so ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone. This is Gary. Thank you for listening and supporting our project. Here are other ways you can support the show and connect with us. First, word of mouth is everything. So please share our show with anyone who might listen. Also, please rate us 5 stars on Spotify and review us on iTunes. You can purchase our merchandise at the TeePublic store. Join in the conversation on Twitter at OverGothamPod and Instagram at SoccerOverGotham. Lastly, you can email your thoughts and questions at soccerovergotham@gmail.com. Once again, thank you. Being this mental health awareness month, like what are you doing to kind of keep yourself mentally, in place?
That's a good question. um, I mean, I think what is so important is having the support of of my teammates. I think that that's the reason that we are all capable of showing up over and over again, like no matter circumstances, no matter how tired we are, if we've just come off a plane from somewhere, if we have a 3-game week. I think what really pushes us forward is having that bond and that relationship with our teammates. And I think for me personally, that is what gets me through a lot of times when you're just a bit strung out, you're tired. And so that's so helpful for me to have teammates that I can rely on to lift my spirits, to support me, and to kind of lend a hand when I need it. But also too, I think for me, being able to have my partner living with me full time in New Jersey has been such a blessing, to have that kind of steady presence, to have someone to come home to, and to have someone supporting me off the field as well in personal moments is so important for me. So I think to feel like we've really made New Jersey our home has been so nice to feel that sense of permanence.
Hi, Coach. Good to hear from you again.
Hello, Gary.
Okay. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. I know stress, coaching is a 24/7 job and you're always thinking about it, but like, how do you balance that? How do you disconnect? And what do you do when you're not coaching a level yourself?
Very, very good question. No, I think we all, whatever is our roles, I think as humans and especially the times that we're living now, I think people is starting to realize how important is mental health. And for me, it's something that I take very seriously. And I think for me as a coach is a challenge because, as you said, it's a 24-hour job. One of my targets is, coming into this year, and I think I mentioned this in press conferences, it was, trying to find a better separation because it's so demanding, this job, that sometimes it's difficult to disconnect. So that's something I'm trying to work on internally and personally on it. To be honest, at the moment here in my life, it is, I love New Jersey, New York. Still, I am away from most of my family, most of my friends, so that's a bit different. I think that goes with the professional sports in general. But I spend most of my time really with my son, Luca, my wife, Laura. I spend a lot of time away from them, so as soon as I have a little bit of room, I like to spend time with him. At the end of the day, for me, he is the most important person on this planet, and I don't spend enough time with him. So at the moment, most of my time, when I have any, it goes to my son Luca, no? And I really enjoy that time, and it makes you realize how, wherever goes, so this is football, it's a game, and it is our passion. That's why we do what we do. But at the same time, it makes you realize that there is other things in life that are very, very important. And seeing him smile, seeing him learn, seeing him, how he enjoys the little things that you don't even realize they were there anymore when you get to my age. I think it just gives you a different spark in life. So for me, that really, really helps me. And I really want to support people around me also with that, with mental health, whether they are the coaches, some members of staff, sometimes have some fans. Like for me, it's something so important in this time that I take very seriously. And here at the club, we try to make sure that we have all the supporting mechanisms possible, and we're doing a good job. We're trying to look how we can do a better job, and yeah, I think it is something that we take a lot of pride ourselves to try to be the best, and it's a difficult matter. So I think having a month to really realize that, I think it is very important. So very happy that we have a mental health awareness month. No.
Yes. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you.